Right, so we're going to start off in standing today. So you're going to lift your toes up, spread them out, plant them down into the floor, and you're going to try and balance the weight through your big toes, your little toes and your heels. And then just imagine that you're lifting up through the arches of your feet so that you'll feel a lift right up to your inner thighs, your pelvic floor will lift, and then just engage your core. So just feel your abdominals just tightening, top of your head reaching up towards the ceiling. You're going to take a breath in, and as you breathe out, you're going to nod your head forward. You're coming down into a roll down. You're going to start to flex through your upper back, then your lower back. Bend your knees a little bit. Keep the weight balanced through your feet. And then when you've come down as far as you want to, you're just going to let your neck and your shoulders release by letting your head and your arms just hang. You could turn your head from side to side, just let it really feel the release in your neck. Nod your head forwards and backwards and swing your arms. And then when you're ready to come back up again, engage your glutes. Start to open up through the front of your hips, restack your spine so you're moving through it sequentially, finally bringing the top of your head back up towards the ceiling. Another breath in. As you breathe out, you can go again. So nodding your head forward, rolling down. Notice how your spine is feeling. Let your neck and your shoulders release. Watch that you're not leaning back, so bring the weight a little bit further forward into your toes. And coming back up when you're ready, tuck your bottom down towards your heels, open up through the front of your hips, restack your spine. So this time, for this third one, you're going to stand on the band. So Daisy, you've got a band in front of you. Stand right in the middle of the band. Now, if you haven't got a band, you can do this without it. Just don't worry about it. Bring your feet just a tiny bit wider apart.
Are you okay with me standing forward as well?
Yeah, I'll just hold this. Yeah. And you're going to go back into a roll down. So again, just nodding your head forward as you breathe out. Rolling down. All the way down. Now bend your knees and you're going to take hold of the band. So you're going to be holding the band pretty much at the ends. And then as you roll back up again, you'll feel your arms obviously start to straighten as the band starts to tighten. Lengthen right back up through the top of your head, but you'll feel your arms are being pulled down, so you feel a little bit of tension working through your body. So your shoulders are being released down. Keep them still in that position, and then you're just going to let your head just drop over to one side. So you're going to feel the stretch in the side of your neck, but don't let your shoulder lift. You're letting your shoulder lift a little bit. So just as far as is comfortable, then coming back up to the centre and then over to the other side. Good, that's much better. So don't force it at all, it's a strong stretch. Come back to the centre, go over to the other side again. Now hold it there and then turn your head so you're just looking down towards the floor. So it just increases the stretch a bit. Back so you're looking straight ahead, and then bring your head back up to the centre and do the same to the other side. Good, turn your head, bring it back to the centre, and then back up to the other side. Good. Okay. Now if you just move back again a little bit now, you can come off the band, but you're going to hold it up in front of you now. So you're not standing on it anymore. You're going to do pole raises.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to get the camera so I can actually see you. Good. Okay. So bring the band just down in front of you. You're going to reach down with your arms, about shoulder width apart. You're going to try and keep your wrists and your elbows straight. You're going to take a breath in, and as you breathe out, start to bring the band up above your head, arms up above your head and your shoulders into flexion. Then as you breathe in, you're going to bend your elbows. Breathe out, lengthen your arms back up above your head. Breathe in, bring your arms back down in front of you. You can do that twice more, so you go a little bit quicker this time. So breathing out, bring your arms up. Keep your spine completely still. Breathe in, bend. Breathe out, lengthen back up. Breathe in as you bring your arms back down. Once more. Keep your ribs tucked down. Keep your core engaged. Good, and then bring it back down. This time, bring your arms back up above your head. You're going to hold it there. Bring your legs a tiny little bit further apart, so feet just a little bit wider. And we're going to go over into a side reach. So you're going to go over to the right, first of all. So leading with your head, come over to the right. Good, and as you go, start to pull down with your right arm, so you're just increasing the stretch, working in your arm and your shoulder, and then coming back up as you breathe out. Hold it to breathe in, breathe out, come over to the other side. Keep your feet, keep the weight balanced through your feet. Pull down on your left arm now. Good, back up. As you breathe out, do one more of those to each side. Feeling that lengthening, that stretching through the side of your body, lateral flexion through your spine. Keep your head in line with the rest of your spine. Remember, you're leading with your head. Good, that's lovely. Good, brilliant. Back up to the top. Now you're going to bring the band behind you. So come sideways on again so people can see what you're doing. You're going to hold the band behind you. We're going to go into a shoulder extension. So checking that you're still in your good standing posture, weights balanced through your feet, head reaching up towards the ceiling. You're now again keeping your spine still. You're just going to lift your arms up behind you. Keep your arms completely straight. They may not go very far. And then you're just going to bring them back down so the band comes just below your bottom. And just do that 3 more times. So you're lifting your arms as high as you can comfortably. You just want to feel the stretch in the front of your shoulders. You're just extending in your shoulders. Good. Once more. Good. And then you can turn back to face the front again. You can just drop the band now, so just put the band down to one side. We're going to do a bow and arrow, so a little bit of rotation now for your spine. We're going to do quite a quick, also like a half bow and arrow really. So you're going to lengthen your arms out in front of you. Palms are facing down. You're then going to bend your right arm as you rotate to the right, just look towards your hand, and then as you breathe in, you're going to just bring it back. Good, and then do the same to the other side. So it's not a full bow and arrow. And bring it back. Good. Keep going with that. You're breathing out as you rotate. You're breathing in as you come back. And do the same to the other side. Good. So your hips are staying facing forward. That's lovely. Do one more to each side. Brilliant. Now you're going to come to the end of your mat. Now you can roll down to come down into lying if you want to, or you can just come onto the floor, however is most comfortable for you. Well, you're not going to roll down then.
Sorry.
Fine.
So am I in
It's
relaxation
fine.
position?
Just come into relaxation position. So, if you've got a head cushion and you want to have your head on the head cushion, you can do that. If you want, you can just have a folded up towel instead. And then you're going to bend your knees, feet quite close into your bottom, just hip width apart, and relax your arms down by your sides. So just let your head roll from side to side a few times. Just check you're released in your neck still. And then you're just going to let your head sink down into the cushion of the mat. Take a deep breath in through your nose, so feel your lower ribs expand as you fill your lungs up completely. Long exhalation out through your mouth, let your lower ribs just sink down into the mat. Just do that twice more, so breathing in, feel your lower ribs expand. And just let your ribs relax as you breathe out. Last time, breathing in through your nose, and then breathing out through your mouth. Good, so let your breathing just settle, let it just come naturally now, but still think about breathing down into your ribs. So just starting to do a little bit more for your lower back, we'll just go into pelvic tilt. So you're going to take a breath, and as you breathe out, tuck your tailbone under, press your lower back down into the floor. As you breathe in, release back into neutral. Just do a few more like that, so tucking under. Feel that movement, that release in your lumbar spine. Make this your last one. Then you're just going to open your arms out to the side. You can have your palms facing up towards the ceiling. You're going to bring your feet together, your knees together, and we're going to hip rolls with your feet down. So this is still just warming your spine up a little bit more, getting a bit of rotation into it. So you're going to take a breath in, and as you breathe out, rotate your pelvis so your knees start to come over. Feet stay glued together, shoulders stay pinned to the floor. Take a breath in as you hold it, breathe out as you bring your knees back, working from your abdominals and over to the other side. Good, that's lovely. Keep going. Good, do one more of those to each side. Brilliant, and then coming back, you're going to just have your feet just a few inches apart again, so just about hip width apart. You're going to now take your head cushion away, you're going to clasp your hands behind the back of your head and we're going to go into curl-ups. So you're going to start off by taking a breath in. As you breathe out, nod your head forward and start to peel up off the mat. Now you're keeping your lower part of your body really relaxed. Hold it to breathe in and breathe out as you come back down again. That's lovely, Daisy. So again, breathing out, little chin tuck, then start to lift. Keep that gap between your chin and your chest. You're just working in your upper back here. You're just peeling your upper back off the floor and then coming back down. Do one more like that. Good. Brilliant. Then we'll go straight into exactly the same, but you're going to hold it. So you're going to come back up again, hold your curl up. Now you're going to reach your arms forward, curl up a little bit further. Bring your hands back behind your head and roll that down again. Do one more like that. So nodding your head forward, curling up. Now remember that you can stay at any level that we're at. So if you feel that it's enough for you just to stay at even just curl ups, then just stay at that level. Now you're going to come up into a double knee fold. When you're in your double knee fold, have your knees and your feet, your legs slightly apart. Check your neutral in your spine before you start, and then you're going to come back up into a curl up. Hold it, reach your hands past your legs, reach away, hands back behind your head, and roll back down again. That's lovely. Good. Keep going with that. So curling up, reach, really reach, keep your pelvis still, hands back behind your head and roll back down again, and do one more like that. Coming back up into your curl up, reach further, hands back behind your head and roll back down. Bring your feet back down to the floor. Now we're going to go into oblique curls. So you're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, nod your head forward again. As you curl up now, you're going to think about your lower ribs coming towards your opposite hip bone. So you're going to rotate. Good. Come back down on your in-breath and then you can do the same to the other side. I'm going to stay near the phone because I'm worried that my voice is not loud enough. So keep going with those, Daisy. Good. And then you can add in a single knee fold. So what we're going to do is just come up into a single knee fold, bring your right knee into a single knee fold. Now you're going to do 3 oblique curls towards this knee, but you're going to keep your legs completely still. That's lovely. Come back down. 2 more towards that same knee. Good. That's really good. Keep breathing. And then you can bring that foot back down to the floor and you're going to repeat that on the other side. So rotating towards the bent knee, coming back down on your in-breath. Lovely. And then you can release back down. Bring your foot back down to the floor. That's great. Right, you're going to take the band again. You can reach it.
Thanks.
You're going to fold one knee in and you're going to put that around your foot. So you're going to stretch your legs. Now, if you don't have a band, I tried this morning with the dressing gown rope and it did actually work. So you want to try and get your leg straight or reasonably straight, and then you're just starting to draw that leg in towards your body. Now you can lengthen this leg along the floor if that's comfortable on your lower back, and just bring it in. And then you can add in just a little bit of movement for your ankles, so you can dorsiflex and plantarflex. So you're going to press away with your heel and then point with your toe. Feeling your foot just pressing into the band just creates a little bit more work for your ankle. But keep the stretch in the back of your leg. And then you're going to let that leg drop open to the side. And you probably want to just hold the band in one hand now. You can bring the other arm out to your side on the floor.
Shall I do this with my leg?
Yes, you can counterbalance with your other leg. So you're trying to keep your pelvis level on the mat. Good, and then you can just start to bring your leg across the midline of your body. So that's going to stretch the sciatic nerve, so you probably just want to hold that for a few seconds, not a very comfortable stretch. And then bringing your other leg right down to the floor. Keep that leg up.
So.
Your other leg's not on the floor.
Oh.
That's fine. Pressing into the sofa. So your leg's lengthened along the floor. You're now just going to hold the band in one hand. Bring the other arm out to the side again, like you were when you open your leg out to the side. And you're going to go into leg circles with the band. So you're going to breathe in as you bring your leg across the midline of your body. Breathe out as you open it out to the side. And you can do 3 in each direction. So you're making the circles quite big, but just feeling that movement within your hip joint. There might be a little bit of movement of your pelvis, but you're trying to control that. The majority of the movement is within the hip. When you've done 3 in one direction, you can go the other way. Good. Good, and then we'll change legs. So bringing your other foot into the band. You're going to now start to draw your leg in towards your body. If you want to have your other leg lengthened along the floor, you can. So long as you can feel the stretch in your hamstrings. A little bit closer if the stretch starts to ease off. Works better if the band's flat on your foot for the ankle work. So then you're just going to try just pressing, so you're dorsiflexing, which is pressing your heel away, and then plantar flexing, where think of the movement being in your, or the work being in your ankle rather than your foot, although you're just pushing your foot into the band. Good. And then you can let your leg drop open to the side. Feel the stretch on your inside of your leg. You're trying to keep your pelvis still level on the floor, so you can counterbalance with the other leg. And then you can bring your leg across the midline of your body. Good. And then we'll go back into leg circles. So just holding the band in one hand. The dressing gown rope will still work for these actually.
Yeah.
And then just remember you're breathing in just for the first part of the circle. You're trying to keep your pelvis fairly level on the mat. You can create quite a big circle when you've got the band to help support the weight of your leg. You want to do 3 or 4 in each direction. Good. They feel okay?
Yeah.
And when you've done those, you can take the band off. You're going to come up into sitting. Actually, then you're going to put the band around your feet, so you could have left it there. So we're going to do half rollbacks now. So you can have a little, Daisy, I would probably move down a little bit so you've got space. Good.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to start off, you're going to have a little bend in your legs, I think probably a bit less than you've got, yeah.
Do you want me to move? I think I shouldn't move back anymore then.
No, you're fine how you are now. So you're going to start by lengthening right up, so you really want that length in your spine. You're going to take a breath in As you breathe out, you're tucking your tailbone under. So you're bringing this little curve into your lumbar spine, and you're going to start to roll halfway back. So the whole of your spine is coming into a C shape. You're pushing your lower back down towards the floor. Hold it there, take a breath in. As you breathe out, keep the C shape in your spine as you roll back up, and then lengthen back up into neutral. Okay, and again, so tucking under as you breathe out, roll halfway back. So you're using your abdominals. Hold it there as you breathe in, breathe out, coming back up, keeping that C shape, then lengthening back up into neutral. Good, keep going. Good, this time as you come up, you want to think about your elbows coming out to the side, and you're going to pull on the band and really open up through your chest. So a little bit of a stretch here in your upper back.
So an extension.
Yeah, a little bit of extension. Tucking under again, rolling back, so you've got that C shape, got the flexion in your spine. Hold it there, breathe out, open your arms out to the side, lift your chest, a little bit of extension just in your upper back. You're trying not to extend there.
Okay.
Tucking under, this is the last one. Roll halfway back, hold it there, rolling back up again, lift your chest, little bit of extension. Good, that's lovely. And now we're going to go down into full rollbacks. Again, if you don't want to do full rollbacks, that's fine. You can just stay with the half rollbacks, but starting to come down. Push your lower back down into the floor. Now, as you push your lower back down, it might be that your knees want to bend a little bit. That's fine. You can let them bend a little bit if it helps you to get the flexion in your lumbar spine.
Okay.
Coming all the way down into your onto the mat, and then you can come back up again. So nod your head forward. You can use the band to help you pull yourself up, push your lower back into the floor, and then you can just reach over your legs. So again, a little bit of a stretch. And then you can go again. So just starting to push your lower back into the floor. When you come up, you can keep your arms bent if you don't want to lose the tension. Good, and keep going. So nod your head forward as you breathe out. Start to peel your spine up. Good, just keep going. Feel that stretch. Keep the C shape in your spine, coming back down again. Don't tilt your head too far forward. Really slowly. Good, keep going. That's really nice. Now the next time we're going to, so come back down into lying, we're going to come up into a teaser now. Stay down, stay down.
I know, but I was in the wrong position.
So we're going to come up into a teaser now with the band, which is easier than the one we did in the last video. So you're going to nod your head forward, start to curl up. At the same time, start to lift your arms up. So you'll lift your legs, lift your chest, and hold that position. Yeah, you can have your arms straight. Good, that's a lovely V shape. And then when you want to come back down out of it, you're tucking a little bit more with your tailbone. Push your lower back down towards the floor. Bring your feet down to the floor before your head comes down. Good. And again, so nod your head forward, start to curl up, lift your legs. Come up into teaser. Good, hold it there. Now this time you can try, just hold the shape, keep your upper body still, and let your legs start to lower. So bring your legs down, your arms can lower as well, but try and keep the lift of your chest. And then lift your legs up again. That's really hard. Is that okay?
It's okay. It's really hard.
Yeah, do one more. Don't lower them too much. And if you don't want to do this stage, that's fine. And then you can roll back down again. And we're going to try one more thing, which is really hard. So come back up into your teaser again. If you've had enough of teasers by this point, just have a rest on the floor. So coming up into your teaser. Now, this is a really hard one. You're going to try and keep your legs still. So keep them lifted, but slowly roll back down, just so your head is in a curled up position. So keep your legs lifted. That's really good. Now bring your legs down and bring your head back down to the floor. Is that hard?
Yeah.
Well done, that was lovely. Okay. Okay, so let's just release your lower back a little bit after that. So you're going to bring your legs up now towards the ceiling. So you've stretched them, so this should hopefully feel okay. So bring them right up towards the ceiling. Good, that's great. And we're going to start off just by rotating your pelvis. So thinking of the hip rolls you were doing with your feet down before, you're going into pendulum. So you're going to let your legs come over to one side. Good. Hold it as you breathe in, breathe out as you bring them back to the centre, and then over to the other side. So it's almost like a rocking you can go into. You can make it a little bit quicker. Try and keep your elbows on the floor. Keep your feet together. Good, does that feel okay?
Yeah.
And then you can go into pelvic circles. So now you're going to bring your legs towards your body, a little bit further over your body rather than away, and then circle them around and up. Imagine that you're drawing circles on the ceiling with your feet. I think it's probably the easiest thing.
Yeah.
And this should just give you a little massage for your lower back as well. And then you can change direction. Do they feel okay?
Yeah, I mean, my hamstrings are always tight, so I do struggle with this kind of thing. But
It looks fine.
Sorry?
It looks fine. They look good. And then you can bend your legs. You can take the band off, and you're going to come up now into sitting. Okay, so you can face forwards now. Good. So you're going to bring your legs together and your feet together. Have them a little bit bent, but a bit less bent than they are now. So bring your feet a bit further away. Yeah. But have your legs glued together now.
Yeah.
Then you're going to lengthen right up. Now this is really uncomfortable for you. You can sit on a cushion if you prefer to, just so that it's not quite so such an uncomfortable feeling on your hip flexors. Then you're going to bring your arms out to the side. So lengthen your arms right out to the side. We're going to go into a spine twist. So reach up through the top of your head. You're going to take a breath in. Now as you breathe out, turn your head to the right and look towards your right hand. Then you're going to let your ribs rotate round, so your arms will move just because your body's moving. Not going to be very far, about 45 degrees. Hold it there as you breathe in, and then breathe out as you bring your ribs back to the front, and then turn your head. Good, and then you can do the same to the other side. So breathe out, then rotate round. You're keeping your legs glued together. Okay, if your feet start to move away from each other, sliding up each other, or your knees, then you're starting to move through your hips and you've gone too far. So you're keeping the movement quite slow. Do one more to each side. That's lovely. Good, and then you can bring your arms down. We'll do a spine stretch forward. So you're going to bring the soles of your feet together, still probably a bit further away from your body, Daisy.
Okay.
That's it. Your hands are underneath your legs. So have your hands a bit more underneath your legs, that's it, good. So probably the back of your knees. Lengthen up again. Then take a breath in. As you breathe out, nod your head forward. Now think of your roll down. You're going to slide your hands towards your feet. You're going to draw your tummy in and press your lower back towards the wall behind you. Hold it there, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, start to roll back up again. And keep going. I would have your hands all there.
Okay.
So you're going to nod your head forward again, start to roll down, draw your tummy in, push it towards the wall behind you, slide your hands towards your feet so you feel a stretch across the top of your back, an opening across the top of your back, underneath, as well as the length through your spine. Can you feel that?
Kind of, but I always struggle with this one.
And then when you start to come back up again, lengthening back up through the crown of your head.
Should I do it side on?
Try, yes, actually, that would be good. Do it side on. Try it with your legs straight and slightly apart. Okay, so now you're going to nod your head forward first of all. Start to roll down, so it's a sequential movement. Then you're drawing your tummy in and you're pushing your lower back towards the wall behind you. So you've got that rounded in your spine, but you're not flexing at your hips. That's good. Then you can start to come back up again. So you're restacking your spine. So it's very like a roll down. And then lengthen the top of your head back up towards the ceiling. Do one more. That's lovely. Good. And then rolling back up. Keep your shoulders released. Brilliant. Good. Okay, so we're going to go now into single leg stretch, double leg stretch, and single straight leg stretch. So with this one, you can actually, Daisy, if you stay sitting, because you can roll halfway back. With this one, you can either do this in a curled up position, or like I've said before, you can do it with your head down, all of them with your head down. So do what feels right for you. If you're in a curled up position, you're going to roll halfway back now, or roll back so your lower back comes onto the floor, pelvis comes into neutral, and then you're going to come into a double knee fold. So you're going to maintain that high curl up. You're going to bring your hands to either side of one knee. Good. You're going to lengthen the opposite leg away, draw your knee in towards you. Good. And then you're going to alternate. Lovely. So start off slowly. You're keeping your body really still. Maintain your curl up. That's lovely. Really reach away with your leg. That's fantastic. And if you want to, you can speed it up a little bit. That's lovely. Perfect. Now you're going to draw both knees. Bring your knees together and draw them both in towards your body. Okay, so hug them in a little bit. Then you're going to lengthen both legs away, and at the same time bring your arms either side of your ears. Good. And then you're going to circle your arms out to the side as you draw your knees back in. Hug them right in again. Okay. Keep going. So you can breathe in as you lengthen your legs away. Circle your arms out to the side as you breathe out and draw your knees back in again. Remember, you can do these with your head down. You're just going to bring your legs slightly higher. You want to bring your legs a bit lower, Daisy.
Okay.
That's brilliant. Good. Lovely. Now, if you need a rest between any of these, take one. But now you're going to keep hold of one knee, lengthen the other leg away. Now lengthen the knee that you're holding on to, lengthen that leg up towards the ceiling and hold behind the back of your calf. Then you're going to scissor your legs forwards and backwards, so you're just going to alternate. If you can reach behind the back of your calf, that will just help you maintain your curl up. You're going to bring that leg lower. Good. Keep going. So scissor them forwards and backwards. That's really good. Keep them really straight. And then, good. You can bend your knees, bring your head back down to the mat, hug your knees into your chest, let your head roll from side to side. All right, can you feel that?
Yeah.
Good. And then bring your feet to the floor. We'll just release your lower back a little bit now. So you're going to bring your feet a little bit wider apart, probably as wide as the mat. Bring your arms out to the side. We'll go into side rolls. Bring your arms a little bit wider out and turn your palms up. That's it. And then you're going to let your knees drop over one way as far as they want to. Turn your head the opposite way and just hold that for a couple of breaths. And then you can bring them to the other side. So you're not worrying about keeping your knees together now or your feet together. You're letting your knees just come over as far as they want to. You just want to feel that stretch. Do one more to each side. The stretch and the release in your lower back. Good. Okay, so Daisy, you've got the little green loop there. Do you want to just put that round your legs? Now, if you have got one of those, you can use it. If you don't have one, but you've got a band, you can just tie the band around your legs. But you can also do this equally well with no band at all, so it doesn't matter. You're going to come back down into relaxation position, and you're going to bring your feet quite close in towards you, but keep them about hip width apart, so a few inches apart. Arms relaxed down by your sides, and we're going to go into spine curls. So you're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, tuck your tailbone under, peel your spine up. So your lower back will come up, the back of your ribs, up onto your shoulder blades. Keep your ribs tucked down. Watch that you don't start to arch too much in your lower back. Breathe in as you hold it and breathe out as you start to replace your spine. Coming back down, one bone at a time, releasing all the way back down into neutral. Keep going. You're going to do another 2 or 3 like that before we add onto it. So really focusing on working through your spine. You can imagine that your spine is a string of pearls that you're lifting up off the floor. It's not going to come up as a plank. It's going to come up one pearl at a time if you lift it slowly. And the same as you replace it. Good. The next time you come up to the top of your spine curl, you're going to hold it there. So really keep that lift of your hips, but keep your ribs tucked down. Don't let them flare. And then you're going to open one knee out to the side without your pelvis dropping. Close it, repeat that on the other side. So you're opening your knee, pushing into the band. Don't let your pelvis drop. Good. So keep that lift. Keep your ribs tucked down. That's really good. Do you feel that in your glutes? One more on each side. And then you can come back down out of your spine curl, replace your spine, release your pelvis back into neutral. Good. You're going to go up again. So tucking under. Hold it there. Now this time, you're going to push both knees out to the side. It doesn't have to be quite as far as before. And then close them. And again, push both knees out. Close them. 2 more. Good. And then you can come back down. You're going to take the band off now. You're going to come back up into a spine curl. So again, remember to keep the weight balanced through your feet. Keep that lift, come up evenly. Good. Then you're going to fold one knee in and you're going to lengthen your leg up towards the ceiling. Okay, now remember you can stay at whichever level you're at before. Keep your hips level. Good. Then you're just going to lower your hips just by a few inches and then bring it back up again. You don't have to go quite that far down. So, good. Feel all right?
Yeah, I'm feeling extremely weak right now.
And then you can bend your knee, you're twisting slightly.
It's just really going into my glutes. I think it's just I work my glutes.
Yeah, I know, but I want you to work your glutes.
I know, but I worked them this morning.
Other side. So fold your knee in. Oh no, that's wrong. Sorry. Come up into a spine curl. Hold it there. You've got to be balanced now. You've got to do this.
I think this side would be easier.
Fold your knee in. Lengthen your leg up towards the ceiling. Good. Now keep working evenly on both sides. Now just drop a few inches, then back up again. Don't tuck under, okay? Good. Once more. And then you can bring your foot back down to the floor, come back down out of your spine curl, hug your knees into your chest. Well done. Good. Okay, right, from here we're going to go over on to your tummy. We're going to just do a tiny bit more for your glutes. But also good for the muscles, all the supporting muscles for your knees. So good for your knees. So you can bend your elbows and just rest your forehead on the back of your hands. You want your pelvis really heavy on the mat, so it's not going to rotate at all, it's not going to move. You're going to bend one knee and press your heel up towards the ceiling. So your knee's at a right angle. Heel pressed up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to just lift your knee just about ½ an inch up off the floor and bring it back down again. And just keep going on that same side. You can lift, you've got good movement in your hip flexor.
Really?
So you don't want your pelvis to rotate at all. Now Daisy's actually lifting hers really high, but she's not rotating in her pelvis. Can you feel that in your glute?
Yeah.
That's where you want it to be working. Now, you may well only be able to get your knee at literally ½ an inch up off the floor, and that's fine. It's much more important that you don't rotate in your pelvis or your spine, and you only lift your knee a little way. but you just want to really focus on it working in your glute.
I can also feel it in my hamstrings.
Yes, you will be able to feel it in your hamstrings as well, but the primary muscle should be your glute. It
Okay.
starts, the initiating muscle will be
Okay.
your glute. Change legs, so bring that foot back down to the floor. Pressing away with your heel again, remember, pressing your heel up towards the ceiling. Good. And watching, you're almost about to rotate, so don't do it any higher.
Okay.
But you're actually, you're doing it really well. That's great. One more. Don't let your leg drop. That's it, do one more. And now you can bring your leg back down. So let your legs just relax back down onto the floor now. So you're going to bring your arms out in front of you, almost into a V shape. Okay, so we're going to go into star. So you want to bring your legs slightly wider apart now. If it's comfortable for you to turn out at the hips, do that. So your heels are closer in than your toes. And then you're going to lift up into extension. So you're going to lift your head and lift your chest. You might want to slide your arms slightly closer in towards your body. Good. So you're going to hold that extended position. So just feel that your chest is reaching forward, shoulders are released away from your ears, and your neck is in line with your upper back. That's lovely. Good. Then you're going to really reach away with your legs. So your legs are straight, your knees are locked almost. And then you're going to lift one leg and the opposite arm. Good, bring it back down again, and then repeat that on the other side. So keep going with those. You don't need, well, you're lifting your leg as high as you can, again without rotating. Okay, so it doesn't matter if your leg doesn't lift very high, and you want to think more about reaching away with your foot. Imagine I've got hold of your ankles and I'm actually pulling them, pulling your legs. You're trying to touch the wall behind you. Daisy is managing to touch the sofa. Good. Come down out of it when you need a rest. And then you can come back up again. Now you can do exactly the same, or if this is an exercise that you're used to and you are confident that your back's strong enough, you can go into the next stage up, which is swimming. So either just continue with star like you were before, or once you're up in this position now, you're going to lift both legs and both arms up off the floor. Draw your abdominal muscles in, don't let your tummy push into the floor, and then you're just almost fluttering your arms and legs. So it's still lifting and lowering your opposite arms and legs, but you're not letting them come all the way to the floor. That's lovely. And you probably don't want to do that for too long because it's actually very hard work. Release back down and have a rest. Good. From there we'll go on into a cobra, just to stretch out through the length of your spine. So you're keeping your arms and your legs rather in the same position. Arms into cobra position, coming up into a cobra prep first of all. Just lift your head, reach your chest forward, coming up into your cobra prep. Now you can almost imagine that you're trying to slide your hands towards your feet. So you'll feel a little bit of work in your upper back when you do that. Keep the length in your neck, shoulders stay down and away from your ears, and then you can release back down again. So come up into that position again. Hold it there. Now if that feels enough for you, just stay in your cobra prep. Otherwise, if you want to, you can come up into full cobra where you're allowing that extension just to travel down the length of your spine. So you straighten your arms, looking straight ahead of you, the front of your hips will lift up off the floor. That's lovely. When you come back down again, bring your elbows down to the floor and release back down into neutral. You can do 2 more like that. That's great, good. And then you can release back down. That's really nice, Daisy. Does it feel good?
Yeah.
And then release back down. Now come up into rest position now. So you're going to come up onto your hands and knees. You can push up into a cat and then bring your bottom down to your heels. Lengthen your arms out in front of you and breathe into the back and sides of your ribs. Good. And then if you want to come back up onto all fours, bring your hands over to one side of the mat and keep your hips square. Bring your bottom back down to your heels. Go and reach away with your fingertips. You can creep your hands, your fingers away from you. Just increase that stretch in the side of your body. And then you can do the same to the other side. Good. Right, from here, you're going to come up into standing, just slowly. We're going to go into just a little bit of balance, so coming up onto your toes. So if you want to be near a wall for this, that's fine. I'll just hold the camera now.
Should I go side on?
No, you don't need to go side on. Do you want to go further back though?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Lose my balance already.
Yeah, so if you're feeling remotely unbalanced, then make sure that you're near a wall, so you've got something to hold on to, or you can have a chair even, as long as you know it's not one that's going to tip over. Okay, so bring your feet so that they're just about hip width apart and parallel. You're going to now just breathe naturally for these, but you want to be really lengthened up through your body. You're going to come up onto your toes, so your heels are going to lift up off the floor. Then you're going to bend your knees. Then you're going to bring your heels back to the floor, and then you're going to straighten your legs again. Good, and again, so coming up onto your toes, bend your knees, heels to the floor, and straighten your legs. And again, onto your toes, bend your knees, heels to the floor, and straighten your legs. Then we're going to go the other way. Watch you don't lean forwards. So now you're going to bend your knees first, then come up onto your toes, then straighten your legs, and then bring your heels to the floor. Twice more. So bend your knees, onto your toes, straighten your legs, heels to the floor. Once more. Bend, onto your toes. Good. Straighten your legs, heels to the floor. Brilliant. That's lovely. And then from there, we're just going to go into some squats. So you're going to keep, you can go sideways on for these actually. So you're going to keep your spine neutral. You're going to bring the weight back into your heels, and you're first of all going to hinge from your hips. So breathe out as you hinge from your hips, weight into your heels, bend your knees, bring your arms out in front of you to help balance. And then you're going to push into your heels as you come back up again. Actually, you're going to change the breathing. Breathe in as you squat down. Breathe out as you push into your heels and come back up. So you're coming down as far as you can maintain your neutral spine. Good. So you're trying to keep your knees directly over your feet. And if you look down, I know you'll come out of neutral when you look down, but you just want to check that your toes are in front of your knees. Good. 2 more. There's a lovely Daisy. Really push into your heels. Again, you're going to feel your glutes work. Last one. Brilliant. That's great. Okay, and then we'll come, we'll go into one last roll down actually. So we're going to do one roll down, then we'll come onto the floor for a glute stretch. So yeah, you can do that from sideways on. So you're going to nod your head forward, roll down. Notice how your spine is feeling now at the end of the session. Bend your knees a little bit. And watch you're not leaning back. Come a bit further forward into your toes. That's good. And you can let your neck and your shoulders release again. And when you're ready to come back up again, tucking your bottom down towards your heels, restacking your spine, rolling all the way back. So we'll just do one roll down, and then we're going to come back down into line. We're going to do a glute stretch. So you're going to do the one where you're going to bend, bring your ankle onto your opposite knee. That's it. And yes, you can clasp behind the back of your knee and just draw your leg in towards you. Now that might feel too much of a stretch for you. If it does, then you can just keep your foot on the floor, but just try and open your knee out to the side. So just keep drawing that in. You should just feel the stretch around the outside of your hip and in your glute. This is a good stretch for the piriformis muscle as well, so which often gets very tight. Just hold it for a little bit longer.
Is this the other option? Should I show that as well?
Yes, yeah, thank you. And then you can do the same to the other side. So just bringing your other ankle onto your opposite knee, drawing your leg in. Good. And then Daisy's doing the other option if that feels too much for you to draw your leg in. Good. And then when you've done both sides, you can either finish there, or I was just going to do sort of about 5 minutes or so of sort of meditation, mindful meditation, just relaxation. So if you want to do that, then we'll just go into that now. So you just want to really get into a position that's comfortable for you. It doesn't matter if you're not aligned in your body, or don't worry about your neutral spine or your core. Just get comfortable. And then you're going to close your eyes and you're just going to find your breath. So as you breathe in, notice how your rib cage moves up and out. And as you breathe out, just feel everything soften back into place. So the out breath is where you find the relaxation. Focus on your breathing, your in breath and your out breath. Your mind may start to wander. If it does, just reacquaint yourself with where we are and bring your awareness back to your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. You may want to count how many seconds you breathe in for, how many seconds you breathe out for. Any thoughts that start to come into your mind, just notice them, acknowledge them, and then let them go and bring your attention back to your breath. Notice any sensation or feeling in your body. Notice any tension you may be holding anywhere in your body. Scan all the way through it, right from the top of your head down to your jaw. Is there any tension there in your shoulders or your neck? Just notice it and understand how you're holding yourself. Are your fists clenched? Are your arms relaxed? Notice the contact of your body with the floor. And then bring your attention back to the in-breath and the out-breath. Notice any sounds you can hear, whether they're sounds in the room or sounds that are further away. Notice them. Acknowledge them. And then bring your attention back to your breathing. Breathing in and breathing out. Sounds thoughts, feelings. Acknowledge, let go, and come back to your breath. You can use your breath as an anchor. Focus on it in the here and now, right in the moment, just breathing. Notice the breath as it goes in and out. And remember that you can stop any time in the day and just reconnect with the present moment. You can do this just by anchoring your attention to your breath. Allowing space for any thoughts or feelings that come into your mind. Acknowledging them, no judgment, but just let them go and bring your attention just to your breath, your breathing right in the present moment. So from here, you're just going to reacquaint yourself with where you are. You feel calm. You feel peaceful. And you feel relaxed. So you can start to move your body. And when you're ready, you can slowly come up into sitting. And just adjust to being upright. And when you're ready, you can come up into standing. Good. And then you can take a deep breath in through your nose, float your arms up above your head, and then a long exhalation out through your mouth. And just do that once more. So feel energy come into your body as you breathe in, and feel relaxation and release in your body as you breathe out. Thank you. Well done.